Hi, this is Kate, and this is your weekly Oracle card reading. And today I'm going to be using the Deva Oracle. And the box looks like this. And let's get started. Okay, so the first card we've got is Gathering Together. And this card says, there's a few words like just on the bottom of the card. I'm just going to read them out before I start the reading. So this card says massing, converging, unifying, assembling, combining forces. The sum is greater than the parts. Okay, so one theme that we're going to have this week is the theme of gathering together. So this can be gathering together with like-minded individuals to achieve something. So kind of banding together with people that we have a lot in common with for a common kind of cause. And it can also mean noticing what you have in common with others. So often we might feel like we're very separate from people, and this can cause feelings of maybe conflict with people in our lives. So this could be referring to your work environment and the people that you work with, or other family members or friends. So if you're feeling in any way isolated or cut off from others, one thing you can do this week is look for all the ways that you, or all the different ways that you are similar to others and what you have in common, and focus on that. Because even people who are totally different from us, we still have a few things in common with them. And really, I think what it comes down to is we're all much more similar to each other than we realize. And so that's one theme this week, is to kind of look for those similarities in others to establish more of a feeling of connection with the people around you, even if they may appear to be very different. Another theme I'm seeing with this card is that there is a lot of power in integration and unifying. So that can be seen in two different ways. So you could look at that as meaning power in numbers. So the more people come together for a common cause, the more power that group has. And it can also refer to yourself in meaning that the more you integrate the different aspects of yourself, the more unified and the more powerful you're going to feel. So unifying maybe your disowned parts, your child self, your shadow self. We all have kind of different aspects. We're not, just kind of one person. Like everyone has, different aspects. We all have a side of us that can get very angry, or a side of us that can be very sexual, and a side that can be very childlike, and we have all different kind of aspects to ourselves. So this is about kind of unifying those and being able to accept parts of ourselves that we may have had a hard time accepting, like our shadow self, and parts of ourselves that we maybe have disowned in the past. So that's another theme for this week, is doing a little bit of shadow work and integrating yourself, so you feel much more whole and powerful and complete in yourself. Okay, so moving on to the next card. And we've got the card of waiting, and this card says perseverance, take care of essentials, restraint, leave well enough alone, moderation, and right timing. And what I'm seeing with this card is once you kind of put something out there in the universe, so whether it's something that you want to do or achieve, or maybe you've put some work into a particular project or something, sometimes what happens is we kind of want to see results right away, and we might keep kind of messing with it in hopes of getting results and getting something. And really, I think the challenge with this card is to put something out there, whatever that might be, and then just let it go and see what happens. And as the card says, leave well enough alone. And another theme here is patience. So being patient. If you've put some work into a project, or if you've suddenly maybe had an epiphany about the purpose of your life, or what you want to create, or something like that, and then you feel like maybe you should be doing a lot of action steps. The challenge with this card is to kind of let that, whatever realizations you've had about what's important to you and what your values are, just letting those sink in and giving them space and time to grow, because things take time to grow. Things don't always happen just, you know, like that, like overnight. So allowing kind of an incubation period for your goals, your dreams, and anything that you've really been putting your energy into. And rest assured that things are happening behind the scenes. So it might feel like, oh, nothing's really happening right now. And this card is just reminding you that actually things are happening, like the image of the pregnant woman. You don't necessarily see what's happening inside her stomach, but something is growing there. Another person is growing. And that's really kind of the message with this card, is we're not always aware of the fact that things are progressing for us and things are happening and they're bubbling underneath the surface, and we might not be aware of it yet, but it's just all about being patient and sticking with something even if we aren't seeing results right away. So yeah, sticking with something even if we're not seeing results. Okay, and the last card is duration. And this card says constancy, continuity, endurance, perseverance, maturity, strengthening, stability, a deep commitment. So actually, I think it's got quite a bit in common with the waiting card in a way. And again, I think that message of sticking with something, like the card says, duration and constancy and continuity and endurance. I think sticking with something through, you know, the good and the bad, and as you can see the picture of the same mountain in the 4 different seasons. And I think this just kind of reaffirms that things around us may change, and we may change as well, and things on the outside will go through different phases and cycles and all that. But I think it's important to be very grounded and stable with what's important to us, our values, and even our values may change as well. And I think what this card is really suggesting is to look for what is constant and what is stable. And so this might even be, for you, if you're a meditator, this might be, you know, the rhythm of your breathing might be the only thing that's stable and constant, or your heartbeat. And even that, of course, isn't going to be forever once you pass away. But I think the message with this card is looking for something that is very constant, that you can focus on amidst change and things that are happening around you. So kind of a challenge to be that mountain in the picture, to be that unmoving mountain who isn't reacting and getting pulled every which way from the changes that are happening around it. And again, I think, maybe I already said this before, but the importance of sticking with something, even, you know, if we're not seeing results and if things are changing, just sticking with what feels true to us and what is in alignment with our values. And there's an importance of being, I think, very constant with our goals and what we're wanting to achieve. There's an importance of kind of sticking with something, and I mean allowing for a little bit of room for change and all that, because things do change. But the importance of being, I guess, in alignment with our goals. I'm not really making sense here, I know. So just taking a step back and looking at all 3 cards, it really looks like there's a real theme happening. And I think that theme is, well, coming together, being patient, and kind of seeing things through despite the different changes that might be going on. So a real theme of being whole, integrating yourself, and also integrating with others around you. And being patient, having faith that things are happening, even if you don't see results. And also find that kind of deep core part of yourself that you can kind of get centered within and hold on to yourself even when there's changes and things happening around you. So you stay really strong, stable, and centered. Okay, so that's been your reading. I hope you found it helpful. My name is Kate, and thank you so much for watching.